What's up, Culture Vultures? It's your boy Zach here for another episode of The Breakdown. But before I begin, I just want to give a big, beautiful shout out to all of y'all that went and supported and watched my short film, House of Pain, made by me and my brother, Christian. Man, that's my passion, y'all. That's my purpose from God. And I might definitely have more to come. Go check that out if you haven't already. But if you already have, I just want to say I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the absolute fucking best. But this video is about the film Michael, the biopic about Michael Jackson. This movie was awesome. It was absolutely riveting. It felt like being at a Michael Jackson concert, no cap. You have to go see this film in theaters. It's directed by Antoine Fuqua, and it stars Jafar Jackson, who's the nephew of Michael Jackson, and also Coleman Domingo as Joseph Jackson, and Nia Long as Catherine Jackson. It was an absolute raucous, rocking, rollicking ride. This is a film about a true artist, not that motherfucker Bob Dylan. And shout out to Chalamet, I like him as an actor, but come on now. A complete unknown Bob Dylan. This was a film. This was a biopic. It humanized the man. It showed him as a true artist. All the performances were great. I was singing along to every song. It showed him who he truly was. Michael Jackson was innocent of those pedophilia charges. 100% innocent. And I tell you, this film shows him he's just a kid. A lot of artists are weird and eccentric. And sorry if you hear that noise in the background. That's my fucking family. But, he was just an eccentric. I mean, he loved visiting kids in the hospital. When his hair caught on fire, when he did the Pepsi commercial, he took all that money and donated it to all the burn victims. He just was really interested in animated films. It showed him how he came up with the ideas for Beat It, going to see the different gang members, and then watching horror movies, how he came up with the idea for Thriller. And it chronicled his entire, journey all the way up until the year 1988. So it showed the family, and I want to say, I forgot when it started off. It started off in like the 60s, them living in Gary, Indiana, their father giving them hell, really working him to the bone and all the shit Michael had to go through. His father beating him, shit like that. Just all that he went through. Ultimately on the path to become the greatest, most talented artist that ever lived. And, how he really loved Barry Gordy and really, truly probably wanted him more for a father. Antoine Fuqua, the guy who directed this, obviously the director of Training Day and the Equalizer movie, he just did an amazing job. He humanized the man. He showcased, just black, royalty and the Jackson family, showcased really humanizing them and showing a different side of them, their connectedness and the support that they had for one another. And obviously Michael was very, very close to his mother, very, very close to his mother, who he loved very much. I don't understand why people didn't like this movie. I mean, I thought it was just amazing. It showcased a specific period it highlighted and honed in on a very specific period in his lifetime, which is when he made Off the Wall all the way and when he made Thriller, his hair catching on fire, and him gaining his independence from his father. And ultimately, he, ended up, his father wanted him to do the Victory Tour with his brothers. And at first, he didn't want to do it. He wanted to do his own thing. Then his hair caught on fire, and he decided to do it. And right during, like at the end of that tour, he finally gains like that independence from his father when he, it says at the end of the concert, this will be the final, tour from the Jackson family. And, it was just a great moment. He finally stuck it to his fucking pops. That was just crazy. Just, what I'm saying? This dude, there's two ways you can look at it. One way you could say that Joseph was an abusive, manipulative asshole. On the other hand, you could say that, he worked his kids. He did, the best he knew how. And ultimately, he turned them into superstars. And his son became, the greatest entertainer to ever live. But I absolutely adored this movie. I loved it. I saw it with my family tonight in theaters. It felt like being at a concert. I mean, the theater was shaking, it was packed. I was singing along to every single song. You can hear my people's talking about it in the background, probably if you listen closely. But yeah, definitely go check this movie out. See it in theaters. Antoine Fuqua's direction was just amazing on it. Jafar Jackson, he killed it. He should definitely, if not win an Oscar, definitely be nominated. No questions asked. No, I mean, no doubt. Nia Long, she was amazing as usual. Condom Domingo, great actor. He killed it. Lawrence Tate, he played Barry Gordy. It was great to see him on film again. He did an amazing job. And yeah, it was just a really, really great movie. It was a really fun movie. It was a family movie. You can see it with your entire family. Um, it tells it shows a different side of Michael. It really focuses on him, really humanizes him. It really showcases his artistry. How he looked at horror films for the idea of thriller, and met with Bloods and Crips, and put them in his music video when he did Beat It, and he's just a really, really, really talented artist, and was a proud black artist, and one of the first, no, I'm sorry, the first black artist to be on MTV. He did an amazing, he did an amazing job. We should all honor Michael Jackson. We should cherish him as a national treasure, and we should definitely honor him as a legendary figure in the black community. And that's all I got for y'all. I just wanted to give it to y'all straight while it was still in my mind. I love this movie. It made me emotional and gave me a creative, you know, spark and drive. It made me just want to go. It just made me just want to be the best at what I do. Honestly, and making that short film, with my best friend, it was really awesome. Filming it, here, at the crib. I feel like that's my purpose. I feel like that's my gift from God. When Michael Jackson was lying in the hospital after his hair caught on fire, and he said, God has been really good to me. It's like he gave me a second chance. I mean, that's like how I felt after I overdosed. I feel like God gave me a second chance, and I'm still on my journey as a man and as a young man in this world, but I gotta tell y'all, you know, black people, and there's a lot of white artists that I admire and I think are amazing, and just absolutely just transcendent and iconic, and never be another one of them. But us as black artists, black people, we are just the best. We are just the best. We just have a certain charisma and strength and presence that nobody can match. No matter what, it doesn't matter what white person or what white artist takes from us and tries to copy. They can never, they can imitate it, but they can never match it. Our energy is just A1. Straight up, that's how I feel. And obviously there's some white artists like that. The Beatles, Elvis Presley, but Michael Jackson to me is just on another level. Even like Prince too. And even now you look at all the black artists of today. That's just overall how I feel. We are just our artistry, and just everything we do turns to gold. We've had influences on the music industry, the film industry, sports, everything, and even our mark in history. And they try to sweep underneath the rug, but they can't. And I love a big part of this film, a big message, was that music, it unites people, brings them together. Great art unites people, y'all. It brings people together. Like, for real. It brings motherfuckers together. It brings all human beings from all backgrounds and all walks of life, all around the world, together. And that's what we need at all times, y'all. If we all come together and admire and appreciate and are inspired by the beautiful art around us, matter who it's made by, we would be more united. That's what unites us. I was in a packed theater tonight. It was all different people. A lot of black people, but all different people. And just like they showed in the Michael Jackson movie, it was all different people at his show. So, that's all I got for y'all. I love the movie. Go see it. And stay tuned for my next short film. Go watch House of Pain, please. And as always, as I leave y'all, love, peace, and soul.